This is Nishi Mishra. Basically, I am from Bihar, but I was born and brought up in Delhi with my family, and I
Okay.
completed graduation from BA Political Honors. Okay. After that, I decided to do MA, but I did not feel what kind of career I'll choose further. So I stopped my study. I worked on communication skill, and I gave my 1 year to enhance my communication skill. After that, I got such kind of fluency to interact the interview, and luckily I got a job in a MNC which was Delhi NCR, and now I have been working in that organization for last 3 years. Along with, if I talk about my hobbies, so in my free time I am talkative girl, so I love to have a conversation with the people. I read books, along with I dance when the song will be played. So these are my intro.
So much information to process now. Like, oh my God, that's a really, really wonderful, intro from your side. Okay. So how was your day today? Like, is it fantastic?
Yeah, firstly I voted, and after that I did the lot of work today. I completed my house chores work. I studied. I read the book. I completed 5 to 6 chapter over
Hmm.
there. After that, I made a first video which will be uploaded on YouTube soon, just for myself to enhance my communication skill. So
Mm-hmm.
I started just blogging that video on.
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Mention that, like, you have read like 10 pages of book, right? Which book did you read?
that is Ikigai, which I read earlier.
Okay.
And again, I wanted to know about the life and what do I want in that life. So I have started reading that book, and I read, if you have a passion toward any work or anything, so you have to put your heart and soul to get it completed. So I made a sticky notes. Okay, what will I do? What is my plan? In which field I am best? So these kind of things I have noted on my notebook, and I'll try to implement in my day-to-day life.
Okay. So do you focus on the writing as well, or just focusing on like reading and talking to people?
When I read that book, so I try to just summarize in a nutshell in that notebook so that I can get a good memory along with because once we recall the things, so our mind can work a lot.
Yeah,
So
sure.
at that moment, I try to prefer at least write 50 and 60 words in a nutshell. So what I have learned from that chapter, which can
Mm.
help me to recall the things.
You know, one funny thing happened in the morning. I had a conversation with a guy. Okay. He's around like 40 years. Okay. 40 or 40 something like that. Uh, I, I, I had a conversation with him and I forget to record the conversation
Oh
on
my
Skype.
God. Oh
So
my God.
yeah, it was very nice conversation. Okay, it was short conversation around like 15 minutes, but I forgot to record the conversation and I was regretting in the morning. Oh my god, like how did I miss it?
Yeah, it happened sometime because, but the thing is that you forgot to record that conversation. But as you have informed me, it was a fruitful conversation, so which was sufficient for you because you
Yeah.
wanted to aware your YouTube families how to enhance your comic skill. But rather than uploading the video, you had a conversation with that person. That would be really thing.
Yeah, yeah, actually, and that guy was very kind of enthusiastic. Most of the people have excuses, right? When they are 40, 35, they have excuses. No, I'm very old right now. I don't want to learn the language, right? But that was very, you know, very active guy.
Okay.
He mentioned that he talked to like more than 100 YouTubers.
Oh my God, who is
He
that
told me
person?
that. I will give you his number if you want because he was asking your number as well because he saw our conversation video. So he was asking if it's possible then I want to talk to that ma'am as well. It's very
Why?
initiative like taking initiative like just want to communicate with people.
Okay.
Okay, in that
Okay.
purpose, and he's a very good guy. Okay, you can watch his like YouTube videos. I mean, he had lots of conversation with the YouTubers, so you can literally gonna find their videos on YouTube.
You know what? I have noticed one thing inside you and amongst people. They have started their YouTube journey. They did hard work to achieve their goal to enhance his and her communication skill. After getting that kind of fluency, they have started their journey to just to interact with the people and get a confidence while having the conversation in the public. Will they get a formal or not? But there are some people, they make excuses. I don't get time. How do I have a conversation with anybody? Such kind of excuses people you can find surrounding yourself.
This kind of people everywhere. Like it's about a priority. Suppose you don't have that priority, right? Learning is not your priority. Making money is only your priority. So you're going to focus on making money, right? And learning going to be a second or third priority. So I don't want to blame people. It's up to them. Suppose if you have family, you start family, then you are going to be responsible person, right? So you're going to focus on money. Okay, money is going to be a first priority. Right now I'm bachelor, so I'm thinking about how to improve my communication, how to upskill, how to be a better version of myself when it's come to communication. So this is my first priority right now. So it's up to
Exactly.
the people what kind of priority they have.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll ask one simple question to you. As you have mentioned here, as you are a bachelor, so you have focused to enhance your skills. So,
Mhm.
what kind of methods have you adopted inside yourself to learn this language? Because you stay in you stay in a rural area where you hardly get people who speaks in English. Is this right?
Yeah, actually, I think 98% percentage of people don't speak English here. Okay. And it is very difficult to find English speaker in my village. Even there are, I think, multiple English medium school in my hometown, but still you're not going to find, that level of student who, who are very interested, who are at least interested to talk or improve their communication. So it has always been struggle for me. I don't want to lie to you, right? There are so many bunch of students I am talking to. No, I'm getting opportunity to talk to people on online only. Okay, not offline. Offline, I have very zero chances. Like I think 5% of zero chances, almost 0% chances I'm having, because people are not interested to talk to people in English. Okay, so
So,
that's it. And when I talk about my method, I like to talk to people. Okay, because I know very well in order to speak well, you have to speak aloud. There is no any alternative option you're going to get. So I speaking online, finding a people connected within a random people like you, and you're not random. Like we have been talking with, so we have friendship right now. But there are
yeah.
so many people with whom I'm communicating to improve my communication. And apart from that, I like to listen. I like to watch videos in English. So I trying to make an environment around me, surrounded by the that environment. I
So,
think I'm right now habitual with it.
So when did you think now it's high time to learn this language, and without learning this language I'm not able to get a good kind of communication skills. So when did you get this kind of things?
Yeah, that's very interesting question. I didn't think that learning a language is going to be my first priority. Okay, 4 5 years ago, I used to work in Bombay, and there was like a couple of people. They were from Kerala. Okay, so they used to speak little bit English. They weren't that much fluent, but they used to speak basic English. Okay, so I was very interested. So I kind of asking them their help, like can you help me to improve my communication, because it was very important that time to sell the more product, right? If you speak in English in order to sell the product, then you can get more sales ratio, right? So I
Yes.
was following them, and after that I realized no, right now I achieved my basic English. Then now it is the right point to achieve that kind of advanced level of
Okay.
communication. So it has been like a wonderful journey, and it has always been struggle for me to improve my communication, because learning English is a kind of very daunting task. It's not simple because you have to learn so many words. You have to habitual with it, right? Like so many people tell like learning English is very easy, but I don't see that way, because it has been always struggle for me, been difficult for me.
Exactly. It is a struggle. So how did you balance the consistency while interacting with the people, and haven't you felt demotivated because you haven't achieved in an initial time you was struggling while having the conversation with the any guys?
Like it is normal to losing the motivation. It like everybody going to face this a situation in their life, right? So you're not going to get like high motivation always. Some days you're going to get sick, right? You're gonna feel under the weather, and then your motivation will drop, right? So it's very very normal, okay? But it is very important that how fast you're going to come back on the track. That's
Oh,
important, right? Yeah, that's it. Like I motivate myself. Like I have self motivation, and right now it's become my habit. So I don't have to force myself too much. So whenever I get a call from people, those calls are in English because I have made enough friends who want to speak with me, right? So
wow.
yeah,
It's
that's it.
great. You have got such kind of environment along with the friends who are cooperating with you to provide you such kind of knowledgeable skills, and
Mhm.
they try to just have a good communication with you.
Yeah, in our previous conversation, you mentioned that you got promotion, right? So how did the English, like played the role to get the promotion? I want to know that.
First of all, it was not easy as cucumber because it took a long time to get it promoted because when I struggled I was struggling with the communication skill, but when I joined that company, so my fumbleness, my afraid of that language, it went away. And when I faced that interview, so they started asking question, they checked that grammar, along with they checked my fluency. I used to think fluency would be like that when you speak in a hurry. You did not take a pause, you speak, and your rate of speech would be the high. But after having the conversation with that interviewer, I felt fluency would be like that. You are able to make the people understand, you are able to confident while speaking, and which I did, and I cracked that interview. And I was struggle with that language earlier, but now I'm familiar with that. And while facing the interview, the butterfly was in my stomach, and I felt what will be and what would be if I will not crack that interview. But now I cracked it, and in English is a journey which can be not tell you when you will achieve that goal. As much as you practice, you will be able to learn more and more languages, words, structures, so on and so forth.
So how what do you think? Like how long have you been learning the language?
It was a COVID when I started having the conversation with the people. So around 6 months, I used to focus on my self study. After that, I got a group where I am. So I did a 4 to 5 month struggle over there, and after that, I joined the company where I have been working. So I don't get a time to approximately. I have given 1 year to learn this language.
Yeah, I have seen so many people improve their communication. Especially in the COVID time, they started because they got huge amount of time to spend on the language. Okay, I have you don't imagine like even I have watched so many videos and they mention the same point in COVID they have improved their language. So it was kind of blessing for some people in order to learn the language. And obviously, COVID was very bad. So many people died, and it was like a pandemic situation. People lost their job. It was a pathetic situation. Honestly, but so many people learn as well.
See, JT, I'll give one example to you. What if you can get this news you will be alive only for 1 year, 1 month? So what will you do? Either you can be disappointed entire month, I'll be die now. It's a time I have to fun, and there would be okay. I have a 1 month to make a more productive so that people can remember me, which many people they have done in that COVID time to utilize their time to have a conversation because they were bound to a solitude. There were nobody who went out, who met with the friends. So they kept themselves inside that room and they struggled to enhance their communication skills, and they read that book. And there were many people who read the book in that COVID time. As you can see the survey, it has been written over there.
Yeah, COVID is something that very very kind of like a fatal for many people. So many people died in the COVID-19, and I wish we will never experience such a
Well,
uh, you know illness, or you could say like a disease, like a viruses again
who
in our lifetime.
yeah, who lost their family, friends, relative, they knew the pain of COVID, because we can just imagine while hearing the newses from our neighbors and while watching the newses. But who struggle a lot, who lost their family member, they knew what kind of pain they have suffered in that COVID.
Yeah, can you briefly introduce yourself, because maybe this video going to be watched by new viewers, right? So they don't know you. So
Yes, so, you have to start. You have to start with the intro. What you are
no, no,
asking in the
I
video.
can, yeah, I know very well, but yeah, still it would be better because we have been having conversation for like still short introduction.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much, JD. You think I am able to introduce myself so your viewers can watch this kind of content? So, this is Nishi Mishra. Basically, I am from Bihar, but I was born and brought up in Delhi with my family, and I
Okay.
completed graduation from BA Political Honors. Okay. After that, I decided to do MA, but I did not feel what kind of career I'll choose further. So I stopped my study. I worked on communication skill, and I gave my 1 year to enhance my communication skill. After that, I got such kind of fluency to interact the interview, and luckily I got a job in a MNC which was Delhi NCR. And now I have been working in that organization for last 3 years. Along with, if I talk about my hobbies, so in my free time I am talkative girl, so I love to have a conversation with the people. I read books, along with I dance when the song will be played. So these are my intro.
So much information to process now. Like, oh my god, that's a really really wonderful, intro from your side. Okay, that's great.
Yeah. So,
So, what are your plan today? I mean, what things have you done? Or is it
hmm,
like a project?
yeah, it was productive day. I voted in the morning. After that, as I have told you, I completed my house chores work. I read the book. Then I interacted with two people who were my friends, and I did not talk to them earlier. And then I went to park to morning walk because I am turning to be a chubby, so I want to reduce my weight. So I went to park and I did walk. And after uh, coming back, I decided to just do some kind of notes. What should I do entire week? And I made
Okay.
it the plan. I don't know whether it will be done or not, but I have made it the plan. So
Okay.
things I did entire day.
It is very difficult to find. Initially I used to think it is difficult to find like the people from Bihar. They could speak beautiful English. Okay, especially girls like you. Like you're speaking very beautiful. Like you can express your thoughts. In a like that manner where people can think you're fluent.
You,
Like it is very beautiful conversation I'm having with you.
Bihari is known for the competitive exam, and you
Okay.
can have such kind of dramatical concept. Oh, once the man and woman, not, I'm not talking about the woman, when man heart is broken, at that time the man can be correct that civil service exam. That kind of memes are available on the social media. Along with, they are good at science and math, they are
Yeah.
good at it. But in terms of speaking, they you
What is the
they
perspective?
they
like I was having a very wrong perspective about Bihar. Initially, like 3 4 years ago. Okay, like people are very very poor because I had that perspective because of the movies. You know, they used to show us. I used to see in the movie that we in a small houses, this and that.
I haven't understand that kind of concept by the educated people, even though they knew if you belong to Punjab, so Punjabi can be spoken. If you belong to Haryana, so Haryanavi can be spoken. But when it comes to speaking in Bihari, they make them pull them lag. Why is it so? I don't know, because they have that kind of mindset. And
Hmm.
even though they have to check if we are speaking Mathli, Bhojpuri, and so on and so forth. So why will I not speak? Because when you speak in Haryanvi, Punjabi, Gujarati, so you feel proud. So same
Yeah.
things goes to with Bihari, but they have such kind of mindset, so we can't say.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it was my misconception. Like, uh, because our thinking evolves every time, right? Like we are learning from our mistakes, right? So that you have shown me well.
And even though you can see most of that competitive exams can be cracked by the Bihari people. Even
Good.
they have put themselves to get a good job in corporation lines, so that their
Mhm.
family not be struggled. But unfortunately they will not crack. After that they can just move in that private sector. It happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Okay,
you know,
okay, ma'am. My battery is only 10%. Okay, right now. I think I have to go. Okay. And it has been a very wonderful conversation session with you. And bye for now.
thank you
Have a
so
nice
much,
day.
sir. Thank you, JD, for giving your time. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, bye.
Thank you.